She will match forms.
The notion of the fool as having a divided nature is something which has been considered in relation to King Lear. With scholars
So the tutorial's at the absolute heart of the Oxford teaching system. Everything is geared towards that weekly meeting with a tutor. And what normally happens is that the student will arrive with an essay. They're not just isolated from each other. The tutorial will link to the tutorial of the previous week and will also form links to the next week's tutorial.
You arrive with your beautifully crafted essay with all your research on there, and you'll sit down either individually or in a group of 2 or maybe 3 for your tutorial, and your tutor will grill you on everything that you've written in your essay and try and find out where your opinions actually lie. And it's a really great way of exploring a topic beyond the original question you were set.
Feste, as you said, is a member of Olivia's household. But where else does he appear in the play? He doesn't just confine himself to Olivia's household.
Pop up right at the start.
There's one scene between Orsino and Viola when he apparently has free run of Orsino's house as well. Yes, he appears in Orsino's court to sing. So, can you make anything out of that?
If you're going to cast him as the one in control of festivities, then he has to be able to roam freely between all the festivities. And in order to unpick the vast web of complications that appear, he has to be able to have this free reign.
I will either ask a question maybe that directly arises from the essay, or sometimes the student themselves will express the idea that there was something they had to leave out. There was some kind of dissatisfaction with the essay, or something they thought they hadn't quite achieved. And that can form the beginning of the discussion.
You'll usually be given a reading list to help you prepare for the tutorial. And then from that moment you will go away, read it, do as much as you can to try and get your essay into shape. You'll be given a title to work on as well. And then you'll write about a 2,500 word essay for English, roughly. And then try and get a good night's sleep before the tutorial, so that when you go in, you'll be nice and fresh and ready to answer all their questions.
One of the most exciting things about tutorial teaching as a teacher is that you don't always know, you never quite know what the students are going to say.
The first year, my tutorials had a lot more awkward silence in them. I was quite nervous. I was really worried that they'd find out that I should never have got in. But, you know, I'm still here. And as those tutorials warmed up, you get a lot more out of them. So it's about trying to dismiss the nerves and get on with the tutorial. And by second year, you often have different tutors in second year, so you're meeting new people, taking your ideas to different places, which is quite exciting. So by third year, I actually now really enjoy my tutorials.
The most important thing about the tutorial system is that if you're going to be part of it, if you're going to be a student in the tutorial system, you have to enjoy talking about things. If you don't enjoy discussion very much, it doesn't mean that you're not brilliant at that particular subject. It just means that you're not somebody who particularly enjoys discussion. And it's a unique way of learning, and it's a way of learning that some people will really enjoy and others won't. That's not a comment on anybody's particular abilities, it's just a fact that people learn in different ways. And so the interview helps us assess that. It helps us see whether people enjoy engaging with ideas, enjoy discussion. And that doesn't just mean that you like to talk, that means that you can be thoughtful in response to a question. That if you're asked a question in an interview that you haven't thought about before, you take time to stop and consider it and then answer.
The tutorial system is absolutely brilliant. I could not recommend it highly enough. I think it has just done so much for me as an applicant here. It makes you accountable for everything you do in a week. If you waste a load of time, you know it's going to show up in that tutorial. So it makes you more rigorous, it makes you want to push yourself a bit harder. If you have a tutor who you really, really respect and is the authority on your paper, all you want to do is make them happy. Because, you know, we are essentially quite studious people. And it's nice to feel like you're really contributing something and being listened to.